What's going on, everybody?
Hey, welcome back.
It is officially time for Off the Record with Amplify Church. My name is Pastor Ed Newell.
And I'm Pastor Brandon Major.
This is your weekly live conversation where we pull back the curtain on church life, what happens behind the scenes, how we think about ministry and things that just don't always fit into our Sunday
There's a lot that goes on.
Programming.
Yeah, there's a lot behind the scenes.
I know. So we just want to hang out with y'all. Glad you're here. There might be more people on.
Oh,
because
I'm going to hop on YouTube. Pull up this
because there is a lot of snow outside.
That is very true.
Some people can't even leave their house still.
Yeah, tell me how it was for you. For those who don't know, you don't have the greatest back that the world's ever seen. So tell us how it was shoveling and clearing all this snow for you.
All right, so we're in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
The whole East Coast got slammed with a ton of snow. We got hit. I think I saw Plum Borough got hit. It was like 13 inches or something, or 14 inches.
Yeah.
But then I also, like, on the list of the different regions in Pittsburgh and their total snowfalls, Penn Hills had like 1.5.
Did they really? That's it.
That's what it said. And I'm like, crazy. Is this an error?
That's
or
what,
is
10
this
minutes
true?
from here, right?
Yeah.
10 minutes
right,
away.
It's neighboring neighborhoods.
We got 14, you got 1.5.
So I don't know if that was actually true, but it was officially Snowmageddon here in Pittsburgh. Biggest snowfall since 2010. And yeah, so I have a snowblower, which is helpful. I took it out 3 times.
You have a snow beast.
It's a big boy.
That thing is crazy.
It's a big boy.
Yeah.
It's a 2-stage snowblower for anyone who knows what that means. It's big. And I decided to go out 3 different times. I was out after like after there was about 6 inches on the ground, I went out.
Yeah.
And then I went out after, again, about 6 more inches fell. I went back out. And then I went back out like right before I went to bed, like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, because it's only getting colder.
Yeah.
It's going down.
Yeah.
Have you seen the
temperatures? It's like negative. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's going to be in the negatives like for the next, 3 days?
Yeah.
We should do a weather forecast statement here. The high of -3.
Let's throw out the intern Emma for the weather. That'd be great. Shout out producer Ian and intern Emma in the back holding it down. Speaking of them, those guys did us dirty on social media, by the way.
Rough week for you and I. Great week for them.
Great week for them.
Yeah, killing it.
People are loving the social media.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you're not already following, what's the handle on Instagram?
Oh, man.
Ian, I feel like you will know this.
It's Amplify Off the Record.
Amplify Off the Record.
On Instagram.
And you guys are making some very entertaining content over there.
A low of -3 on Thursday, low of -8 on Friday, low of -9 on Saturday. They're like, these are crazy.
That's crazy.
And so I wanted to get the snow taken care of before it would freeze.
Yeah.
And then it was just like very hard to take care of. But I'm still hurting. I am still hurting, from taking care of the snow. That is for sure. Even with a snowblower.
Would you say yours is a 2 what?
2-stage.
2-stage. I have a 0-stage, meaning just me and my shovel.
You got a shovel.
And it was rough. It was rough. I went out also about 3 or 4 times, and man, I'm still feeling it. But
my wife's in the chat
hi,
watching today.
Katie.
She's at home with the kids because, as every parent knows, schools are shut down. No school is having actual in-person school right now. There's a mix of snow days or flexible learning days, as they call them. I'm going to save all my comments on this because I am going to roast the schools on Sunday morning when I give my sermon. This is my opener, and I am going to destroy this whole thing.
That is the point of the church.
To tear down local school districts.
Exactly. That is absolutely the point. So get to church on Sunday.
Katie said this is the snowblower he put his hand in.
Yes. Throwback.
Yes. If you did not know, I once stuck my hand into the snowblower while it was still operating, and I'm thankful to have all 10 of my fingers still.
They're still here.
It took me like 8 months to grow my nail.
I remember.
It was gnarly.
It
was
gnarly.
rough. Tyra Fortin on the
She's back.
Chat. What up, Tyra?
Tyra, we missed having you on here.
Tyra,
where is she? Oh, there
she's in there. Tyra texted me like 10 minutes ago, so now you know why I haven't responded yet, Tyra. What's up, Linda? What's up, Matt? What's up, Marion?
Hey.
It is popping in the chat right now. Let's go. Hey, if you're watching, jump in the chat. We'd love to talk about talk with you during the show. How is Snowmageddon for you? Are you out of your house? Everything else, whatever. So,
yeah.
It is nice though. It feels like even though there's massive piles of snow everywhere you drive, it feels like life is starting to pick back up a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
With 4 parents, it still feels like you're trapped in the house with your kids. There's nothing to do. And now, there's barely school going on because it's like only half and half. So it's
Katie,
rough.
he's very sorry. Ed says he apologizes for leaving you to manage all of that.
Shout out to my mom in the chat. My mom also not dealing with Snowmageddon. She is on a cruise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
I know.
I've never gone on a cruise.
They're great.
I don't know that I
They're
could
fantastic.
get Kendall to go on one.
Yeah.
She's not a big boat person.
We'll work on it.
We'll work on
She's
it.
not a big boat person.
It's all right. I hate boats too, Brandon. It's okay.
So Ian and I won't be going on one either.
Boats are great. The other, we also have to address at the top of the episode, in the winter, this happens all the time. I'm a big hand lotion guy. I don't know if that's you.
Mm-hmm.
When I was growing up, I've worked at my dad's machine shop.
Yeah.
And they would give me like the easiest parts. Like I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I would have to like man this machine. It would like be doing something for 45 minutes. I'd work an 8-hour shift. So I'm only dealing with this machine like, I don't know,
handful of times.
6-7 times a shift.
Yeah.
But it would do something for 45 minutes. And then I have to like do all this messy stuff with grease and metal chips. My hands would be so messed up. I would go wash my hands every time. And all of these old blue collar guys were like, who is this 16-year-old pretty boy that just wants to wash his hands all the time?
Yeah.
But I really like having soft hands.
Yeah.
And
then you stuck him in a snowblower.
And then I stuck him in a snowblower. Yeah. But I've noticed you're blinking a lot.
I am blinking a lot.
Is this because of the winter?
Like this? Yes, I get very dry eyes. Ed earlier today, he just looked at me and he said, "You blink a lot." And I was like, "Thanks so much." The cold weather. Oh, I'm supposed to take these eye drops, but typical me, I misplace them all the time. So I need to just buy a surplus so that I'm set. So if I'm blinking a lot today, I blame the cold.
Well, you were blinking a lot at on church.
While I was preaching.
While you were preaching.
Oh.
Which, by the way, church was not on Sunday.
It was not. Friday night church.
Friday night church.
Friday night fire, as we like to call it.
We don't have a Friday rewind, so we're still going to call this segment officially Sunday Rewind.
Yeah.
But it was Friday night church.
Yes, sir.
Friday night fire, family Friday.
Come on.
Whatever you want to call it.
Such a good time.
It was. Linda just said church was so awesome on Friday night. That was great.
Someone who was there, let me know if you noticed my blinking on Friday.
Are you self-conscious?
I noticed my blinking.
You noticed my blinking too?
I wasn't going to say anything, but I definitely noticed.
I meant to ask you after the fact, and I didn't. But
yeah.
But now the people know.
We're gonna keep
some dry eyes,
some eye drops backstage. That way, I always have it.
What is that? Did you ever see that commercial for dry eyes? Use clear eyes. Did you ever see that?
I have not, but
that was like a '90s commercial with Ben Stein, I think was his name.
Yeah.
If anybody knows who that is,
well,
make me not feel old. Marion, it was genius having church on Friday and showing it online on Sunday. Pam loved Friday night church. So many great comments about the Friday night church. And Marion said it was genius. People are so kind.
Yeah.
So many people coming up like, this was the greatest idea in the history of ideas. And we were like, it was just an idea.
What else are you gonna do?
Like we gotta figure it out. But it was an evolving thing. What's up, Gabrielle? It was an evolving thing. Originally, we were like, should we just film your sermon?
Yeah.
And then we're going to overlay like a previous worship set.
Yeah.
Then it was like, well, that's not very cool.
Yeah.
We talked about doing this.
Yeah.
We talked about you preaching your sermon in a conversational format.
Yeah.
You were not vibing with that.
I shot that down pretty quick. It'd be so
I would have loved that. I'd be like, tell me more.
Yeah. And I'd have been like,
tell me more about how my focus.
Faster.
Yeah. Tell me more about how my focus determines my future. Brandon, what do you mean by that?
Oh, man.
I would have loved that.
Yeah.
People are acknowledging your blinking in the chat.
Wait, I gotta look. You really?
The people see it, but we love you anyways. You don't text back and you blink a lot.
Yep.
That'll be on your tombstone.
Oh man.
You know what else is going to be on your tombstone? Pause Friday Night Fire. The fact that you don't set your clock in your car.
Oh, you're going here? Okay.
This is not in the show notes.
No.
You said, hold on. You said this was a generational thing. That my generation.
Okay, you got to set it up. Set it up. Let people know.
I
what you're
got
talking
in your
about.
car.
Yeah.
You picked me up.
Well, let me make this note. I picked this guy up from the airport last Wednesday before we recorded. He has the audacity to get in my car after I pick him up and just roast me and start changing things in my car. Go ahead.
You don't have like CarPlay or anything like that.
No.
And so your phone's next to you. And the case I think you're going to make is your phone has the correct time.
Correct.
But the dash on the car was 11 hours off.
I would argue 1 hour. Okay.
It was 3 p.m. and it said 4 a.m.
It said 4 a.m. I never knew that it even said a.m. or p.m. because that's so tiny. So I've never noticed that in my car it tells me that. I just see 3 or 4. So whenever daylight savings happens, I never change my clock. I just know in my head, all right, it's an hour behind now. And why go through all the hassle of changing it? Well, you got in and you thought this was a criminal act. And you took action.
There's my favorite comedy of all time is Seinfeld, and there's a part where Kramer also does not want to deal with daylight savings, so he changes his clock already, thinking I'll figure it out, and then he's like continually late, and he tells someone the time on the street, and it like messes.
That's me. That's me.
You're literally you're convinced that your brain is gonna remember.
Oh.
More than
Will's
just
with me. Will is with
Pastor
me.
B on this.
Thank you, Will.
What
Thank
you? You just don't set the time.
It's generational, Ed.
It's not
a generational thing.
I
hate to break
this is not generational. I changed my clock.
Ian, how old are you, Ian? You're older than me.
I'm 2 years older than you?
Yeah, I'm gonna call that a
You're
generational
27,
gap.
right?
Emma,
His clock is set.
Do you change your clock in your car?
Okay.
Her mom
She shares
does.
a vehicle.
There you have it.
But if you got in, Emma, and the clock was wrong, are you setting the clock? We need to know.
She says no.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Zach,
I'm
with Ed on this one.
Oh,
Here's my point. It's not generational. It's laziness. That's what it is.
Here's the deal, though. You have no idea how many times I've been thrown off this week now when I get in my car.
Because the time is accurate.
The time is right. I've been so thrown off.
You subtract an hour.
And I'm like, wait, where am I? Why am I going here now?
How many meetings has Brandon been late to this week?
I know.
He's pretty lucky that there's just so much snow we haven't really been here.
Yeah, that's true.
Tyra says, I set my clock. She's younger than you.
All right.
We need an Emma mic. We definitely need an Emma mic. Yeah, we'll work on that. Gabrielle, do you set your clock? People need to know. I'm assuming the responsible adults in this chat all set your clock. So, but if you don't, you can let us know. I was shocked by that.
Yeah, you were really disturbed.
So shocked.
Yeah.
And you even said to me you were gonna change it back when I got out of my car.
Well, because I'm not relying on it.
You are crazy. Instead of just trusting what it says.
Yeah.
All right. Friday night church. Friday night church. So the thing evolved from conversation just in your message.
Yeah.
Well, like, let's get a worship team there. I think we can do it. Let's invite. Yeah. We can at least invite the youth and the young adults. Of course, they'll show up.
Yeah.
They'll turn up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
which they did.
They did.
Somebody.
They did. But then it was like, well, let's just invite everybody. We dropped the hot news on the pod last week.
That's right.
And
hear it here first.
Almost 400 of you showed up on
Yeah.
a Friday night
Yeah.
on a few days' notice to come
Yeah.
to church on Friday night.
So fun.
It was
something
so fun.
about Sunday morning church. You gotta love it.
Classic.
You have to have it. It's amazing. Something about the evening service, man.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. People
Something about
come
a night
caffeinated. They're out of work.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my gosh. I don't need.
Everyone was more awake.
Yep.
What did someone from our team use the phrase bubbly?
Bubbly.
They said the worship team seemed bubbly.
I like
Guaranteed
that.
that's Kendall.
Yeah.
Kendall was bubbly.
She's like, it's the weekend.
I changed my clock in my car. My husband doesn't. Wow. All right.
I like your husband. Who said that?
Linda.
Yep. He's right. Sorry.
Yeah, so I was really happy to have church. And the plan all along was even if we end up having Sunday morning, we'll capture this and we'll reel it. By the time we got to Friday, the weather report was clear. we're getting hit with 10 plus inches.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we're not going to be able to have church. Shout out to all my senior pastor friends, by the way. I was talking to them all throughout the week.
Yeah.
We're typically a never cancel church culture.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually went back and looked since like 2003. And I do think we had a few, because we used to have Saturday nights and Sunday mornings.
Mhm.
I think we had a few Saturday nights that got called off. We have not canceled a Sunday morning
Wow.
in, I don't know, 20
Yeah.
plus years.
Yeah.
So, and that's just because canceling church, it's dependent on the weather. When
Yeah.
does snow fall? How much does it fall?
Yeah.
If we can take care of it, we're going to take care of it. We're just going to have church.
Right.
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 And all my friends are like, we're not canceling church. We're not doing it. And God bless all of them. They all ended up canceling church. And I don't know if it's a senior pastor thing. It's almost like we're convincing ourselves, like we're not doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And then
We'll be okay.
it happened.
Now, let me ask you this. I don't know if you've seen on the internet right now.
Yes.
There's a few who let's just say they would basically say not just they decided to have church. That's fine, right? Everyone's got to make their decision.
Yeah.
Where you're at, who you're leading, how close is your congregation, right? There's a lot to consider. So if people decided to have church, that's totally fine. If you decide not to,
Yep.
totally fine. But there are some people who had church and they're saying, man, if you didn't have church, that's a weak church. You shouldn't go to that church. That's
Yeah.
a false church.
Yeah.
They'll just stop having church for whatever, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of that? What do you
I
think?
did. I don't love that type of marketing.
Yeah.
Any type of marketing that pits a church against another church.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of.
Yeah. Across the
Um,
board?
Yeah. I mean, I get why they're saying like
Yeah.
I get the motivation behind it, but I also believe that it's not necessarily, we're not trying to oppress. We're not being oppressed here, right? Specifically in America, we have the ability to gather anytime we want freely for our faith. We also have the luxury of online church. Like there's all these things that we have.
Yeah.
To make the decision to cancel, there's also this aspect of safety
Right.
that you have to take into account for your staff, for your volunteers, for everyone that's going to be driving to the church.
Yeah.
And to some extent, there's a responsibility on us as leaders to make a decision that's best for the community, even if sometimes that community might not make the best decision for themselves.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, we're smarter or anything, but if we would have had church on Sunday, it would have been a very dangerous situation.
Mm-hmm.
We would have had many staff probably say, hey, I can't make it. We would have had other staff that would have forged through,
Yeah.
to probably their own, again, safety. We would have had people from the church come. Like there are people that are like, okay, if it's open, we're coming, right? And to make the best decision for them on behalf of them, I think was actually just the right thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to mention, we were able to provide an alternative
Yeah.
opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I know other churches that did similar plans to us.
Yep.
Local churches. Some, I know one had a Saturday night. I know one did a Thursday night.
Yeah.
I know churches that do have Saturday services, so they had an extra Saturday service and they didn't have Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone had to make their own decision. But
Yeah, there's no right or wrong in a situation like that, I feel like.
yeah,
And the Bible tells us, right, don't forsake the gathering of the believers. At the
Mhm.
same time, it calls pastors shepherds, right?
Mhm.
Which implies you're going to protect and guard and watch over the well-being. So I feel like you got to hold that tension. And it's not like we're canceling church every time we get a little snow.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we got slammed. So
okay.
Just
Well,
interesting.
let me ask you this, because this was also a huge topic at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because the last Sunday of the year,
Mm.
for larger churches, tends to be a huge topic of conversation.
Yeah.
Many people, many churches take that Sunday off
Yeah.
from gathering in person. They call it Sabbath Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
They'll do an online service, or maybe they don't even do an online service. They just tell people to, gather with your family or whatever the case may be. I'm sure different places do it differently. And there was a huge discourse online regarding, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is taking church off on Sunday right? And you had some people saying, if the way you do church is so draining that you have to take a full Sunday off, then maybe you actually should peel back the way you're doing church.
Mhm.
You then had people on the other side saying, if you cancel church, you're a weak church. Like that kind of narrative was out there too.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Yeah. So you had both of these messages going out. So what do you think about Sabbath Sunday?
Well, you already know what I think.
I actually don't remember exactly
Um,
whatever you're going to say.
I don't think it's one of those things where there's a clear right or wrong. I would not prefer to do it. I think that we know Christmas is rolling around every year, same day, and if you're able to just plan out the right way, you should still be able to have a Sunday service. I understand why a lot of churches will take a Sunday off. I'm not saying they're wrong. It's just, to me, it doesn't involve safety. I would rather see us do a service just like stripped back or something.
So we've talked with our team about that,
or-
though,
yeah.
and some of our team said that's actually harder to do.
Yeah.
Because when you make a change like that, like sticking with our normal program is actually easier,
Yeah.
you know? So even doing that isn't an obvious answer. I will say maybe switching into a family style service, no kidsmen.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could be a big blessing. I know
Yeah.
kidsmen, not that the kids are hard to do, but the whole operation of doing it well and doing it safely and having the right ratios, there's a lot.
Yeah.
And when those people are also serving extra services for Christmas, I could see us changing that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
on the last Sunday of the year.
Yeah.
And to me, these are two very different conversations. If we're canceling church for 10 plus inches of snow, that's very different.
Yeah.
The Sabbath Sunday conversation, I've said this phrase a lot, but I will say this to our team and our volunteers, but I'll say we get 52 Sundays a year, and I don't want to take anyone off. Like, I don't want to overlook any single Sunday.
Yeah.
Because God always shows up. He always moves, and I want to make sure that we're maximizing our time to gather the local church for all 52 Sundays.
Yeah.
You could make the case, though, that we just made the case for safety related to snow. So what would you say to the person that says, well, this is giving people time off? People serve 51 times a year. Staff worked hard for 51 times a year. Why can't we give them one off? Emma, cut that.
That was the reel they did this
That was
week.
the real. We got it. We got slammed for our ums. We apologize.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. I believe. Okay, it gets robotic.
I was saying the word I, Emma.
Well,
Wasn't
the whole conversation's interesting though, because I'm not being dramatic. I think that every pastor who has significant influence, who I respect and follow, does Sabbath Sunday, right? And so I'm on the other end where I love these guys.
Wait,
I think
every
they're great.
single like
basically everybody who I follow,
because that's a very
and-
broad statement. It has to be at least one that you follow that doesn't.
Okay, I'm sure there's one.
Okay.
A vast majority
All right,
of the leaders that I follow did Sabbath Sunday. And so I'm not making a blanket statement that this is wrong. At the same time, I think this is also why when it comes to church staff, you got to make sure that people are actually taking time off throughout the year, right? But to cancel a full Sunday, like, I don't know, so many people came out that day. You know?
I know. It was a
And
huge service.
A lot of people gave their life to Jesus. And so
Mhm.
you just need to weigh that balance of, yeah, there's rest and there's Sabbath, and I get that. But also with men, we've got, this is what we do. You know,
Mhm.
we're a church. This is what we're supposed to do. So it's nuanced. And it might look different if the last Sunday falls on, you know, you have a Christmas service the Friday night. And then you have, this year it was what? Christmas
Or
was-
Saturday night. I think the last
Yeah.
time that Christmas Eve was on a Saturday night, I don't think we did church on Sunday morning.
Interesting.
And we did have people criticize that. It's
Yeah.
like, you're not going to have Sunday morning church on Christmas morning, you know?
Yeah.
I can't recall. I feel, for some reason, I feel like we didn't. But if there's even a day in between, 2 days, 3 days, like our MO has just been, we still do it.
Yeah.
I felt similarly about, like, if people need a time off, I would just say, well, take time off. Like, I would say that to certainly the staff, you know.
Yeah.
I particularly our staff. I don't know if other churches have this issue. I think on our team, probably we have team that don't take enough time off, you know. And so I think it's trying to push people to have healthy work-life balances, even if you work for a ministry.
Yeah.
If you are a congregation member and you have a really good reason to take that Sunday off, all right, make the decision that's best for you. But I would still say get into the house of God. I think that's going to be a really good thing for you, you know. So I don't know. Would church was canceled that year that Christmas fell on a Sunday? Yeah, that was my memory too. So I think the next time that happens, then that'll probably be the next time it really we have a big conversation about it. But yeah, I don't know.
Just giving y'all a heads up.
Yeah,
you know,
for whenever that
a
happens.
couple years you can think on it.
It's not 2026. We've already looked at it. 2026 we'll have the last Sunday of the year.
Yeah,
We'll be gathering.
Yeah,
so it's interesting.
You can start to get riled up now.
I know. I do think we will change it to a family service though.
Yeah.
That feels like a really easy change to make. And I also, man, I love every single person that serves at Amplify Kids, and to give them an extra time to worship feels so nice. We did it on Friday.
That was part of the fun of Friday.
It was
people who are always back there,
mm-hmm.
you know, being able to just sit and be in, I thought was really nice.
Yeah. And there was many kids that were in the service. Some families chose not to come at all, which, you know, I understand that. It's hard. Like, we had our kids in there. God bless my wife. And she had, you know, stuff for my kids to do. And I actually went back and sat with them during your sermon.
That. Yeah.
And
I thought he was walking out.
Yeah, I was done. I'm done.
He was like, this guy, man.
And so it was as a parent, it's more work.
Yeah.
It's more work to happen. But yeah, I love my daughter. She's full-time special needs, but Harrison was engaged. You know, I mean, he had other stuff going on, but during the worship, he's engaged.
What a kid.
I know, he's great.
We love Harrison.
We got Kids Takeover coming up in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And
it's his day to shine.
We were on the phone when this happened, right?
Yeah.
We were on a Teams call or something. And I said to Harrison, I was like, hey, do you want to come up during the giving moment? He's like, I'm going to think about it. And then like 5 minutes goes by, and I just hear, yes. He just decided.
It was so cute.
So we started like identifying a verse. So we got a good verse.
Yeah.
And he's working on memorizing it. Last night, he basically already got it on
the
second night.
Come on.
On the second night.
That's what's up.
So he asked me, he said, if I can't memorize it, can I just read it? I was like, yeah, but I think you got this.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
He's excited. I feel bad. I've said this to our team internally. I feel bad always using my kid for that moment.
Yeah.
But now that I use them year one, I at least want to give him the option.
Yeah, everybody loves it.
If he says no,
Harrison's a rock star.
You don't think there's some other family in a church like, I want Pastor Ed to put my kid up there during the giving moment?
There probably are. But you know what? It's fine.
Hey, Rob Gazowski in the chat.
Hey, come on.
Next week, Off the Record special episode.
Oh.
It's going to be Pastor Brennan and Pastor Rob guest hosting on Off the Record. So you definitely want to make sure you're tuned in. I feel like
it's going to be wild.
When senior pastor's away, the boys are going to play.
You know it. Where are you going to be? I forget.
Katie and I are going on a cruise.
Oh, nice.
But here's the thing. There's a cold front going through the Bahamas, so you guys can feel bad for us because it's only going to be like 60 and sunny.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you have it so hard.
That's still like 60 degrees more than here at the moment, so I'm not complaining.
Oh, wow. I feel so bad.
Yeah. Feel bad for me, Ian. Meanwhile, this week it was like 80.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Yeah.
So that's really annoying. Yeah. Anyways,
can I pivot us to something else real quick?
Pivot.
I know you have a flow, but while we're just kind of like bantering, because I heard your phone going off. Can you talk about this real quick? This is Ed's favorite thing.
Was that my phone?
I don't know. I think it was. This is your favorite thing.
All right.
You take it around with you everywhere. Tell the people.
Maybe we can do a technology segment, Ian. This is my favorite purchase of 2025. It's this little magnetic ring thing. And it is a phone stand, and you can fold it and shape it any way you want. It's magnetic, so then it does that. You can do that. It's fantastic.
How many of those do you have?
I own 2.
I thought you had 3 now.
No, I own 2. I'm thinking of getting a 3rd. One keeps at the church at all times, and I can set it here. I don't know if this is in the main shot. There it is. It's nice. I can turn it. At home, it doesn't leave my phone. I literally keep it connected. And I will just carry it wherever I go, and I'm always just setting my phone down places.
Yeah,
it's my favorite thing. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And this is a lot of metal and magnets. I don't know how to manufacture things. This thing was like $15.
Wow.
I'm like, they have to be losing money on this.
I don't think they are.
Plus packaging's expensive.
Shipping,
stuff. Come
I
on.
guarantee they're probably making like $13 on
Yeah.
that sucker. It probably
you serious?
costs like 70 cents to make.
Wow.
That's funny. I
Ian-
just had to point it out.
Ian's more
because
knowledgeable than me.
you
on
love that.
I bet you
manufacturing.
I could go on Alibaba right now and
Okay.
buy that in like bulk for
Who is-
like $100 for like 7,000 of them or something.
Who is
That's-
Alibaba?
What?
What did you just say, Ian?
Alibaba.
Alibaba.
Did I say that
That's
wrong?
where
Yes.
What is
people
that?
buy
AliExpress?
stuff for like Amazon drop shipping stuff.
Should I know this? You're looking at me like I'm crazy. This
I
is
only
another,
know this because there's
this
a
is like
bunch
the
of
clock
random
all
church
over
stuff
again.
that I buy from there
I don't
frequently
know.
enough.
I don't know that you should know it.
What is it? Say it again.
Alibaba, AliExpress.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
I think it used to be called Alibaba, and now it's just AliExpress. But we've bought like LED tape and stuff like that for the
Oh,
church from
wow.
there because it's way cheaper.
Hey, drop
Yeah.
in the chat
All
if
right.
you know what AliExpress is and if Brandon should know. I need to know if my judgmental feelings right now are valid or not.
I'm gonna say that.
Rob
wrong.
says Brandon. ...
Emma said, "So you know what Bob's sub is, but you don't know what Alibaba is."
You know what, Emma? Nope, we're not giving her a mic. We're not doing it.
You can find pretty much anything you can find that like on Amazon. You probably
Yeah.
can find a Chinese knockoff version on AliExpress
Oh, interesting.
and buy it for much cheaper.
Okay.
They're probably stealing your credit card info and it'll take 8 weeks to get shipped here, but it's a lot cheaper.
Tyra has no clue. Thank you, Tyra.
Come, Tyra.
Appreciate that.
All right.
It's a generational. Okay. I'm just
Wait,
joking.
let's see if we
I'm
have.
just teasing.
Hey, you know what? It's time for a brand new segment. It's time for the hot seat.
Why are you laughing? That's the first time I saw that.
I know.
That's so funny.
Anytime we could use our full screen segments, I want to use it. This is not really the hot seat, because I think we're going to use this segment to do Q&As with different guests or staff members.
Yeah.
So we'll have to figure that out. You should do a hot seat segment with Rob next week.
Oh, that'll be fun. Okay.
You need to plan that out.
All right.
But today's hot seat is for you,
Okay.
Mr. Brandon Major,
Oh.
because there was some controversy in the church this week.
There was.
And it started, I don't know. Here's the thing. We are professional church people. We are very tuned in to things happening in the evangelical church.
Yeah.
Okay. So when controversies occur, we know about them. They
Mhm.
show up on our feeds. I don't know if they cross the everyday person's feed.
Sure.
So there might be some people listening that are familiar with what we're talking about. There might be some people listening that are not familiar with talking about certain names, certain ministries.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard not to give the full context of what's happening,
Yeah.
but we'll do our best to kind of give a quick summary and then just kind of comment,
Yeah.
on what's going on.
Yeah.
So it started on YouTube
Oh boy.
with
Here we go.
one of your favorite YouTubers,
Yep.
Mike Winger.
Yes.
So tell us about Mike Winger
All right.
first.
So I followed Mike Winger for a number of years before. I'm just getting this out there that I was not bandwagon, okay? I've been a true OG Mike Winger subscriber for a long time. Mike Winger, he's mainly a Bible teacher. He's a pastor at a church. He also has a YouTube channel, and he will just go ahead.
I was going to say I think it was last week or the day we did the Bible draft, I shouted out Tim Wildsmith. We should
Yeah.
shout out,
Our favorite.
maybe we could do a draft one day
I like
of our
that.
favorite Christian YouTubers.
Yeah.
That could be good.
Well, Mike is probably mine.
Yeah.
He's up there at least. And so, but if you listen to him, he's a very like exegetical preacher. So he's a little bit different stylistically. That means like verse by verse, right? But his studies are phenomenal. He's a solid preacher, solid teacher. And then he also has a YouTube channel where he'll do like 20 questions. People will send in questions. He'll answer. And he did something very rare for him this week, which was a little bit more of a calling out video towards Bethel Church. And so he did this significant, it was about 5 hour long,
Almost 6 hours.
almost 6 hours long. And I think the day before he had another 4 hour
Yeah.
one or something that was more interview style.
Yeah.
And so this thing blew up.
Yeah.
I mean, it turned into this huge ordeal. Bethel ended up responding. And it's been this ongoing thing happening within the evangelical world, charismatic world, I guess, crossover there. And so, yeah, that's kind of what's been going on, and it's all over.
Yeah. So the video was about Bethel Church out of Redding, California, and it was centered around a not a staff member of their church, but a very common minister who would frequent their gatherings, has taught at their church, and what you find out did prophecy at their church. Now, Bethel is a charismatic church, right? We're rooted, actually, Amplify Church is rooted in the charismatic full gospel movement.
Pittsburgh East Full Gospel.
Pittsburgh East Full Gospel Church was the first name of our church.
Yeah.
And so we have charismatic roots. I don't know that if you walked in off the street, how many people would define us as charismatic today.
Yeah.
Because I think the churches that are defined as charismatic tend to have some other elements about their services that aren't usually what would happen at our service on a typical Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know that anybody would say that. But as it relates to just our personal theology, we would both have more alignment than not with charismatic Pentecostal movement.
We would both be continuationists, meaning that we don't believe that the gifts of the Spirit that we see in Acts and throughout the New Testament expired with the disciples, the first apostles of Jesus. And so we believe that they're ongoing, still at work.
In that theological term, that if you believe that the gifts of the Spirit are not presently active, is cessationist.
Yeah.
Cessationism.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But we would be continuationist. Yes. So we do believe the gifts of the Spirit are still at work. We believe in what Paul teaches, that you should ask for them and desire them, and that I believe everybody has not even just one gift. I believe everyone has multiple gifts. I believe you can ask for gifts. And so there's a lot that we are in alignment with. Now, Bethel, being a full-on charismatic church, does look very different from us, right?
Yep.
And so sometimes I think one traditional staple within the charismatic Pentecostal church is you will see gift of speaking of tongues regularly occurring in the public services at these services.
Yeah.
You also see prophecies happening in the service where someone gets up on stage and speaks prophetic into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Often, sometimes maybe a global prophecy, but often at one individual.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The person on stage believes he's given a word for somebody in the community.
Yeah.
And this was the topic of Mike Winger's video that he posted, because the accusation was that there is a minister, his name's Sean Bowles, who was faking the prophetic by, they called it data mining or finding information on Facebook or the internet, and then going into these services and saying prophecies, acting like God gave him a word. And there is a lot of, there seems to be a lot of evidence that these accusations were true, that he was doing this. And then the accusation from Mike Winger was also that Bethel knew about it, that Bethel has known about it, that their leadership has known about it, and they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And that so it was two parts. It was, hey, Sean Bowles is potentially doing this.
Yeah. It was like part one was on Sean. Yeah.
And this is a really bad thing. And if you are, you should repent and stop and admit and step down and all these things. The second part was a church that potentially knows about it and didn't tell the church about it. That there wasn't accountability taken by these, you used the word earlier, shepherds, to say, hey, this guy that we once platformed and advocated for, you shouldn't necessarily trust him, because there's enough evidence that we know publicly and behind the scenes that what he's saying might not be legit.
Yeah.
So Bethel responded. And do you want to speak to what happened?
Yeah. So you read the statement, right?
I read the statement. You watched it.
Yeah, I had watched it on Sunday. They did an initial thing last week with it, where one of their leaders who was involved in handling all this got up and spoke to it. And then he basically this past Sunday said, hey, I did not do a good job last week. And so they came out, and there was so much to be appreciated in how they approached it with asking for forgiveness and public repentance and just owning up to a lot of it. Now, to some people, it felt a little bit like, okay, had this 6-hour-long video not come out, you would not be doing this. So that was kind of the two sides of this, right? Like, okay, you're responding in this way because of this video.
Yeah.
And then other people are just saying, yeah, but at least they're responding and taking some accountability and acknowledging this. So it's been interesting to watch that play out.
Yeah.
And it brings up like the greater conversation around like, okay, church accountability and what does that look like? And how do we handle and steward and manage? And also, whenever we do make mistakes, how do we own up to that?
Yeah.
And how do we, so it poses a lot of questions for anybody in the church world right now to consider.
Well, and that's the primary reason that I wanted to bring it up. Not necessarily to shine a further light on what's going on, because to be honest with you, we're not connected to it at all, right? We can't personally speak to any of it.
Yeah.
We can watch the videos the same as anybody else can watch the videos, and we can come to our own conclusions the same way anybody else would come to the conclusions. The conclusions seem to be fairly, I don't even know if I want to use the word conclusive, fairly damning. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. Like
bleep it, intern Emma.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. And it's bad, right? Like it's bad. And Bethel's coming out and saying we do have firsthand knowledge, and they're saying, hey, maybe not trust this guy. So if you're listening, like you can use your own judgment to make your own determinations around it. But while I wanted to bring it up was around this topic of leadership accountability.
Yeah.
And what is the responsibility of the local church on how to address matters like this? What is the responsibility of maybe Amplify Church as it relates to even just using this specific thing? Obviously, we're choosing to talk about it right now on the podcast, but put ourselves in their shoes. If we were Bethel, right? What would we have done?
Yeah.
What would we like to say we would have done? And how hard would that be? Because neither one of us want to be the guy that is getting up and tearing somebody down.
Yeah.
But if there's a truth to be said, because somebody is being dangerous to the church, what do we do? What do we do then?
Yeah, especially if it's somebody who, it also is like, I don't think that it is the role of, let's take Amplify, I don't think it's the role of Amplify to speak to every church everywhere and to be this person's a false teacher, that person's a false teacher. When if we were to very much integrate somebody into our community, like that's more, I think, the critique going on with Bethel. It's, hey, not just you need to be calling out all these people because you disagree with them. No. It's like, hey, this was somebody in your midst, in your orbit. What are you going to do about it? So it's like, for us, I think that's one of the lines that would need to be crossed. Is like, is this somebody who we have elevated, platformed, endorsed, like all of that? And then I think there's a higher level of accountability, because it's not like, it is not Ed Knoll's job. There's plenty that just on a theological fundamental basis, even though you said all that about our roots as a church, there is so much theologically that we would not align with Bethel in, right?
Sure.
I don't think it's your job every week to go up and call out some church for what we disagree with, right? Like that isn't the role. But whenever it's somebody more in your midst, I think that's where you start to have to, have those conversations and be honest with people. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Mike used tons of scripture in his 6-hour video related to, you can pretty much find this in all of Paul's letters where he's talking about wolves in sheep's clothing and being careful of false teachers among you, and make sure you call them out. I think it's in Timothy, he says, rebuke them in the presence of all, right? So you have these different language that shows up from Paul. Yeah. And I think the question starts to be, okay, what does that actually look like in the modern day evangelical church? Yeah. When is it necessary? When is it something to be dealt with privately? Yeah. And we're constantly, would have to ask the question, we have had leaders in the past at this church who did things that resulted in them no longer having to be employed by this church. And, so you have situations like that. Some of those things become very public regardless, and everyone already knows about it. But then we have to make a statement about it to say, hey, listen, like, here's what happened. Here's what we did, And so there is a role that certainly the church plays, and it's not really our job to decide is this person guilty or not guilty, because I think that was one of the things happening. Like, can you prove 100% that this person is guilty? Like, that was some of the dialogue. It's like, well, even in the modern day American justice system, that's not asked. It's like, can you prove beyond a reasonable doubt that there's something to be had here? And so I don't know that when you do get up, it's not even get up to say this definitively happened. I mean, I guess unless you definitively know,
sometimes.
Yeah. You definitively know, I guess. But in this case, it almost seems like no one can really prove that he definitively did it. But there is endless smoke. And where there's smoke, there's fire, right? There is endless smoke that he did it.
Yeah.
And so, but that was one of the things that maybe Bethel was standing on prior. Like, we don't 100% know. It's like, but can you prove beyond a reasonable doubt?
Do we know enough?
Yeah. Do we know enough?
Yeah.
So,
it's interesting. And ultimately, the goal of this, which is what I appreciate about Mike Winger and his approach, is the goal of all of it is, hey, let's make the church better, right?
Yeah.
This is not about tearing down a church or the church. We are kingdom builders. We are church builders,
Amen.
right? And we will always be that. And we'll err on the side of, okay, we want to have, a grace perspective towards churches. At the same time, we don't get better unless we're willing to engage in these types of conversations.
Yeah.
And we don't get better unless we're willing to say, hey, here's where we have fallen short and here's where we can get back better. And honestly, that would go for us too, right? It's like moving. We don't always make the right decisions. We don't always make the right calls. And we'll continue to not always get stuff right. But if we can own it and grow from it, I believe the Lord will honor that and that there's fruit on the other side.
And that's maybe another reason I'm bringing it up. This is new territory for me leading a church, right? And certain for you and your role as well. And us trying to figure out, these are learning opportunities.
Yeah.
And so as much as we're having this conversation, and who knows if it was interesting for anybody else to listen to.
Yeah.
I think it's even
everyone left
just for us to us to process.
Yeah. Yeah.
And us to personally walk through.
Yeah.
And beyond that, you have other narratives that are outside of the church, right? Like, you have everything going on in Minnesota right now. It's like figuring out, how do we properly respond to this in a way that's not political, but it's humane.
It's kingdom.
Right?
Yeah.
It's kingdom focused. So there's all these things, and people are constantly asking us questions about, will you speak to this or talk to this, right? And so it's trying to figure out, how do we navigate real world issues in the church? And what do we say from the platform? How do we use our voice? How do we make sure that we're preaching the gospel when we see what's happening in the world and we overlay it against Scripture? What do we need to say? So all of this is just things that I think we're processing and figuring out. At the end of the day, and there are things I disagree with Bethel Church as a ministry. Yeah. I respected what happened on Sunday.
Yeah.
And from a distance, it seemed like I was impressed.
Yeah. Now, what needs to happen is real fruit.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
There's not real repentance without real fruit.
That's good.
So it is good, step one.
Yeah.
But I'm praying and I'm hoping that there's step 2 and 3 that will produce the fruit of repentance.
For everyone involved.
100%. Yeah.
Amen. Let's get out of the heavy stuff.
Whew,
everyone in a lot of heavy stuff.
Yeah, shake off the weight.
We got about 10 minutes left of our episode today, so we're going to do something a little bit fun to end.
Notice how the chat died.
I know. No one wants to comment.
Nobody said a peep in there.
That's fine. That's fine. We're going to do something fun to end an episode. I don't know if we have... Let's see.
Rob said, I forgot I made a hot chocolate again before I came down.
Oh, no.
And I left it up there. He said, after this very
there.
serious segment, Brandon, you're now very cold. Hot chocolate is on your desk.
Last week, producer Ian made this nice thing for our fast food draft, but we don't have a generic. Do we have a generic? Do we do?
Hey, you're doing what you told me you're doing.
Yeah, let's get
Hit
to it. Winter sports draft to end the day.
Come on, somebody. Winter Olympics.
Olympics draft.
Wait, I need to go to my website.
Didn't specify that, so I made it a little more generic.
That's
No,
fair.
it's
That
good.
is
We're gonna
fair.
do Winter Olympics. Ian, are you playing? He's quiet.
I'm
No.
trying to think if I know enough winter sports.
All right, you can sit it out. We're just gonna go back to back, me and Brandon.
Okay.
We have the spin wheel. See who's going first.
See, I have to win one of these drafts. Come on. You
Yes.
gotta be kidding. That is 3 times. 3 times straight that you've got it. That's crazy.
All
Ian,
right.
I want an investigation into this.
I'll spin it again.
I spin it again.
This
It
is
will
for fun,
land on
though.
Ed.
This is for fun.
This is for fun, but watch every single time. Okay.
Oh.
All right. That's being corrected. Okay. All right, Ed, you're first. You go first.
All right.
Meg.
I am taking what I believe is the definitive,
Yeah, there is one obvious
the
one
number
here. You're going to
one-
win.
the number one choice in
Yeah.
the Winter Olympics
Yep.
draft. There is nothing else like it. It is so fun. So
Figure
unique.
skating. I'm kidding.
No. We know it is curling.
Oh, wow. Not what I expected.
Is that a
But-
hot take?
But it would be in my top 3 for sure. But I think there are 2 that I would put above that.
Wow.
That would have been in my 3 slot. Is it snake? Do I get 2?
You're going to
That's
get
a
two.
hot take.
That's definitely
Curling
a hot
is
take.
Curling
amazing.
is not what I expected you to say.
Curling
at
is
all.
so fun to watch. You got the guy with the broom.
Oh, it's a blast.
I
love it.
agree. I'm not saying
Yeah.
I disagree.
But in terms of being the best, I don't know. What's
there's-
the cat saying?
There's one definitive sport on this list that
Rob
is,
agrees with
is
you.
maybe the most popular globally.
Yeah.
That I assume you're
And-
going to take.
and I'm
This
gonna
is
lo-
like
I'm
Brandon
gonna-
picking Bob Subs last week.
Hey,
like,
Ian.
No.
Ian. Yeah, you know what? Here I'm gonna take it. Ice hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, hockey. Of course, it's loved around
See, if
the
I would have
world.
taken hockey, though, you would have taken curling
I would have taken curling.
with one of your next 2 picks.
Yeah, because it's in everybody's top 3. Everyone
I
loves
would.
it.
I would rather watch curling than hockey any day.
No.
I'm not
So,
a big hockey guy. I'll admit.
I'm gonna take hockey, and also Kendall would kill me if I didn't take hockey first. She loves hockey,
She does
so
love-
hockey, and then my favorite all around, snowboarding. So you gotta lock that in. I think intern Emma's agreeing with me back there. I heard her through the wall.
100%. She's shouting you down.
Yeah, amen. So I got hockey, I got snowboarding. I'm golden. I don't
No.
even need a third.
No.
I don't need a third. I win. Okay, good.
No. All right. For
If
my.
you say like luge or something, you're throwing this
Well-
draft.
Tyra said.
Wait a second.
Wait, Tyra said it's generational.
Oh my gosh. Listen,
Great
the luge
comment.
is amazing. Like the luge is amazing.
Yeah,
Also
yeah.
amazing. Skeleton.
What is that? What is that?
skeleton
Skeleton.
is
Skeleton's like reverse luge, isn't
They're-
it?
they're
It's-
just
you
it's
lay
just
on
the
your back
it's just
instead
a
of your
body.
stomach.
No.
Oh,
or-
yeah.
reverse
I'm
luge.
seeing it. Yeah.
So you got luge, you got skeleton, you got bobsled. Those are all 3 in like the same category,
Sure.
right? Like
Yeah.
they're going down these slopes super fast.
Yeah.
Bobsled, like you're leasing this little vehicle. Luge and
You're just-
skeleton,
Yeah.
you're just putting your body on the line.
Yeah. You're just going for it.
My second Seinfeld reference of the day is Jerry Seinfeld has a bit about the luge is the only Olympic sport that you could just pull someone off the street and they could participate in.
That is
Just put
funny.
them on this board and push them down the slide.
That's funny.
So those 3 are all really great. I don't know. Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna take one of them. I think I'm going to pick freestyle skiing.
Okay. All right.
It
Respect.
incorporates all the great aspects of
Yeah.
skiing. You're
Yep.
gonna get jumps in there. You're gonna get fast downhill.
Yep.
You're gonna
Yep.
get a lot of great, just a ton of drama with freestyle skiing. So I'm gonna take that. You took snowboarding, right?
Yeah.
Like there's also like dedicated ski jumping events, but you're gonna get that also in freestyle skiing. So for my last one, I'm gonna take. Oh man, there's so many good ones. Speed
Wait, what
skating
side-
is good.
What side are you looking at?
The biathlon, cross country skiing while shooting a gun. That is the greatest thing ever.
I don't think I've seen that.
The biathlon?
Yeah.
Oh my
Biathlon
gosh.
is wild.
That
It's
is
fantastic.
crazy.
Hard.
These
That is
people are
crazy.
insane.
Yeah.
So, all right. I think, oh man. Now that you guys got me nervous about my curling pick, though, I stand by it.
So yeah, I don't think there's any way you're winning this, Ed.
I'm gonna go luge. I'm
Okay.
going luge.
All right. I can respect that.
Downhill, it's risky, putting your body on the line.
Yeah.
My honorable mention would be the biathlon. It's so fun.
Yeah, that's good. What did you wait? So what are your top 3 then?
All right, so I got curling,
Yep.
alpine skiing,
Yep.
or freestyle skiing, and not alpine skiing, and the luge.
The luge. That is a good.
It's a solid list.
So, and I have hockey and I have snowboarding. Man, what else do I want to take here? I just feel so good about this. I'm getting real pretentious. I'm gonna finish out with cross country skiing. I think it's a very impressive.
Did he just
Sport.
lose? Did he just lose the draft?
Well, I'm trying to
I
decide
don't think
if
so.
he can also pick a skiing related thing. Like, I feel like there's too many skiing like categories that
Do I
it
get
is-
all skiing,
I
ski
feel
jumping?
I feel like
freestyle
with
skiing,
Brandon
cross
picking snowboarding, he gets all snowboarding related.
Oh, and you get
and
all
you
skiing.
get all skiing.
All right, I'm good with that. Oh, so then what am I left with? I'm
No,
left with-
I don't know that I want
All
that
right.
because I think
No,
he
no,
just
no.
lost the draft.
Then I'm gonna
Cross
go.
country skiing is the worst.
No, it's not.
It
It
is
is very impressive.
It's impressive, but it's the most boring.
In Lower Burl, some guy was clearing out my driveway, and some guy just came through on his skis. He was cross country skiing. I'm gonna go with my last pick just because you hyped it up. I'll do the biathlon, even though I've never watched it. So my top 3 are ice hockey, snowboarding, biathlon.
And I got luge, all things skiing, and the definitive #1 pick ever, curling.
It's a good pick, not the
That's
best.
it. Hey, let us know in the chat. Half pipe. Yeah, I mean, snowboarding.
I got
you
all
half
snowboarding.
pipe. You get half pipe.
Yeah,
So it's
Come on,
fine.
somebody.
Let us know in the chat who won. We'll also throw that maybe on social media. Here's the thing, social media team, intern Emma, we need to list specifically what we picked without names.
I like
Because
this.
the only reason Ian won is because people wanted us to lose.
100%.
People love production.
People love
producer Ian.
That's not
Yeah,
true. I
that-
had the best picks.
Nope.
That is not
We will
true.
do what we did last week. We'll make a grid of who had these picks, and then
Okay.
we'll put your names. I'm not in it, so we'll
right.
prove
Okay.
this week
All right.
All right.
Okay.
if the people actually read the poll or if they just vote for me because I'm not in it.
Here-
Or hear me out. I'll put my name in the poll, and if I still win, then I would agree with you.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I don't want cross country skiing associated with my skiing category. Downhill skiing, ski jumping. That's all I want.
You know what?
I do not want cross country skiing.
It's so good.
It's so boring.
Yeah, but so is like biking.
You know what's better
But
than
it's-
cross country skiing? Biathlon, which is also cross country skiing while shooting a
well,
gun.
good thing I got that then. Biathlon, I got it.
You only picked it because I said it.
Yep.
Hey, that's it for today's episode of Off the Record. Thanks so much for spending time with us. If today was helpful or fun or you just enjoyed hanging out, make sure you share it with someone. We're going to be back here next week, 2 p.m.
You won't be.
I won't be. Special guest host,
Come on, somebody.
Rob Gazowski,
Let's
gonna be
go.
on. Until then, stay encouraged, be blessed. We love you.
See ya.